Welcome back to Kingdom Recap channel. Today I have a new movie recap to show all of you. The title of the movie is Red Notice. So, let's get started. The movie begins with 2,000 years ago Mark Antony gifted Cleopatra 3 bejeweled eggs as a wedding gift symbolizing his devotion. Since then, the eggs were believed to be mere myths for centuries. But, in 1907, a local farmer in Cairo unearthed 2 of them. However, the third egg was never found. In 2021, Special Agent John Hartley, a criminal profiler for the FBI, and an Interpol agent, DOS, arrive at a museum in Rome after being given information by his reliable source called the bishop that one of the eggs stored in the museum is going to be stolen. Upon arrival at the display room, the egg is still in the position and intact. Hartley scans the old egg with a thermal sensor and discovers that it is not reflecting the heat in the room, meaning that it is a fake egg. To prove his theory, he grabs a Coke from a visitor and pours it into the egg. As DOS orders the guard to seal the room immediately, international art thief Nolan Booth reveals himself and manages to escape from the room. The guards go after him, but he is able to eliminate all of them by disintegrating the scaffolding, causing it to collapse, while he manages to reach the upper floor of the room. However, Hartley comes in and corners Booth. They engage in a fight, causing both of them to fall out of a window. Booth manages to slide down through a pipe and run away with a stolen motorcycle. Hartley attempts to chase him with a super cool sports car, but he is a bad driver and immediately gets T-boned by a gelato truck. 56 hours later at Bali, Booth arrives at his hideout in Bali with the egg in his possession. However, Hartley has been waiting for him and brings out Interpol agents to arrest him and secure the egg. Hartley reveals that the bishop sells Booth out and leaks the hideout's location to the FBI agent. As Hartley puts the egg in the truck, the bishop, who disguises herself as one of the team members, switches out the real egg for a fake one. 32 hours later at Rome, Hartley, who plans to leave Rome in an hour, is confronted by DOS. She shows him the fake egg and drops it to the floor, accusing Hartley for swapping the egg. She also notes that a Swiss bank account in Hartley's name has just received a $8 million wire transfer. Despite Hartley begging and keep saying that he is innocent, he is arrested and is sent to a Russian prison. Things get worse when Hartley finds out that Booth is his cellmate. While eating, both of them think that Hartley was set up by the bishop. Hartley states that she has successfully taken out her lead competitor, Booth, and lead investigator, himself, in one move or 2 birds, 1 egg, says Booth. The renowned art thief reveals the bishop's plan to gather all Cleopatra's eggs and sell them to an Egyptian billionaire for $300 million by the night of his daughter's wedding. They also note that the second egg is currently owned by an international arms dealer, sotto voce, and is locked away in a secret vault inside his house. The only way to steal it is by sneaking into the vault during one of his annual parties. A few moments later, Booth deliberately yells out to the whole cafeteria that Hartley is not a cop and reveals that he is an FBI agent. As we know, because the prisoners hate cop and they are not that dumb, one of them, Drago Grande, approaches them and challenges Hartley. Although he tells him that he doesn't want trouble, Drago launches a punch, causing the guards to react and bring them back to the cell. Not long after, Hartley and Booth are brought to the bishop, who claims herself as the captain of the prison. She reveals that she is the one who swapped the egg and sent the money to an account registered in Hartley's name. She informs them that she is going to steal the second egg in less than 48 hours and tells Hartley that Booth knows the location of the final egg. She offers to give him 10% of the money and will let him out if he reveals the egg's location, but he refuses to tell anything. They decide to team up and start planning their escape plan. Before sleeping, we discover that Booth is the son of a Swiss police captain and he states that his father was a jerk who accused him of stealing his watch, even though he didn't. His dad refused to talk to him for a year until he discovered that it was hidden behind some paperwork. The next day, they execute their escape plan. First, Booth throws nitroglycerin into a machine, causing it to explode. In the ensuing chaos, they manage to escape from the building by using a keycard that Booth stole from the security guard when Drago attacked Hartley. Booth eventually makes it into the helicopter while Hartley is distracting the guards. Hartley attempts to run towards the chopper, but a guard fires a missile at him, causing the bridge to collapse. Luckily, just before Booth starts flying away, he manages to climb up and jump into the helicopter. However, the guard attempts to fire a missile again, but Hartley manages to open the other door, causing it to fly through the chopper and hit a mountain instead. The pair escapes from prison and heads to Valencia, where they plan to steal the second egg, which is in the possession of notorious arms dealer Sotto Voce, who is holding a masquerade ball. There, they encounter Black, who is also intending to steal the second egg. The three arrive in Voce's vault, where Hartley and Booth fight against Black using a variety of melee weapons Voce keeps on display in the vault before she gains the upper hand and handcuffs them together. Voce arrives with his security detail and apprehends the men while revealing that Black and Voce are working together. They torture Hartley and, believing Booth has divulged the whereabouts of the third egg, Black double-crosses Voce and leaves for Egypt, where Booth claims the egg is. Just before the pair leave, Bishop poisons Sotto Voce's drink, causing him to collapse. As the woman leaves, Voce awakens but has his vision impaired and he starts firing wildly at Hartley and Booth. Thanks to Voce, the bullet hits the cuff and Hartley manages to free himself and run away with Booth. They manage to escape from the underground, only to find themselves in the middle of bullfighting. But finally they can run out of the bullfighting. After then, they ride the train, where Booth admits that he lied about the last egg's location. However, he is unwilling to tell Hartley either. Hartley nearly throws him off the train until he relents and pulls him back in. Turns out that Hartley's father was a con man and he is a cop, while Booth's dad was a cop and now he is a thief. Because of that similarity, they decide to help each other. Booth then reveals that the third egg was hidden by Rudolf Seich, Hitler's personal antiquities dealer, and was sent to Argentina along with all the stolen Nazi artifacts. He eventually found out that the watch that his father loved so much was actually containing the coordinate of the bunker where the egg was kept. They arrive at the exact location of the bunker, which is in the jungles of the Argentina. However, Booth realizes that all this time he reads the map upside down, which makes Hartley furious. When he smashes the compass, they realize that they are currently standing above it and start digging, where they find a passageway to a huge vault containing loads of stolen artifacts. After exploring the vault, they finally find the final egg, but suddenly Bishop arrives, along with Doss and her team, who had been following Bishop. They attempt to escape by using an old Mercedes car, while being chased by the Interpol agents. The thieves manage to eliminate the Interpol agent's car, leaving Doss alone. The three then ride their car out of the cave and freefall over a waterfall. Booth secures the egg and escapes from the water, but is unable to find Hartley. He drops the egg and attempts to go back into the water to save him, but he turns out to be fine. Hartley discovers that Booth actually cares for him. Not long after, Bishop survives the accident, and when it looks like Hartley is about to arrest her, they kiss instead. It turns out that Hartley has been working with Bishop the whole time. They are a couple who have been planning the egg heist from the beginning and use Booth to lead them to the third egg. She also reveals that the electrocution scene was intended to pass the cuff's key. Booth is forced to hand the egg over and they leave him cuffed to a tree. In Cairo, Hartley and Black deliver the 3 eggs to an Egyptian billionaire buyer, who gifts them to his daughter for her wedding, mirroring Mark Antony's original gift to Cleopatra. The gesture is overshadowed when the bride is more excited by the wedding singer Ed Sheeran. The wedding is subsequently interrupted by an Interpol raid led by Doss. Alone on their yacht, Hartley and Black are met again by Booth, who informs them that he told Doss about their Cayman Islands account containing the $300 million payout from the Egyptian billionaire, which Doss freezes. Booth uses their penniless predicament to propose a new heist, this time at the Louvre in Paris. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button for new video.